You don't need a big bench press to grow a big chest, and honestly, it's holding a lot of you back. Let me show you why. I'm gonna start off by giving you 3 reasons why the bench press is not optimal for chest growth. Reason number 1, there's no convergence of your hands, which equals less than optimal contraction of your full chest fibers, meaning bench press, you're just here, there's no convergence of your hands to really target those inner fibers. So if you're always sore on the outer part of your chest and not so much here, that's a sign that you're not hitting those inner fibers because you're not getting a good convergence of your hands. Reason number 2, you're shoulder and tricep dominant, which means this goes from being a chest movement for someone like you to being a tricep and a front delt exercise. That's a main reason that people who have a big bench don't necessarily have a big chest. They might have big shoulders and triceps, but no big chest. Number 3, we're gonna look at injury risk and the stress on your joints. So the biggest problem with the bar bench press is that it locks you into a path that might not fit your body naturally. Your shoulders and elbows are forcing angles that might not fit your structure, and they're gonna put just a lot of stress here on your pec and on your elbow that you just don't need to be doing. Let's talk about what I think is the biggest injury concern on bench press is pec tears. So just reinforcing that the bench puts too much stress here is when you look at a lot of pec tears on a bench, when somebody tears on a bench press, it's always at the origin or right here where the bicep meets the shoulder. You're gonna see people get purple right there after they tear their pec. That just further reinforces that it's loading this joint far too much. So as you get stronger on the bench press, that's just further gonna increase the stress here on your elbows, and it's just gonna lead to more inflammation and a less developed chest, just more elbow pain and chest pain. So while you may be getting stronger, your elbow joints, your shoulders, everything else is getting beat up, and you've got a less developed chest to show for it. So to sum it up, before I show you what's gonna be best for chest development, let's look at a couple other things. So the bar is not gonna have as much range of motion as machines or dumbbell have. So on a dumbbell, you can really get into that deep stretch position. So that's gonna be a disadvantage for bench press. Another one is no ability to so here's where the bar locks you in. On a dumbbell or machine, you can kind of take your elbows and adjust them here and your wrists. So you're gonna have less pain because you're gonna be flowing in a more optimal angle for your chest. And you can also converge your hands together, like on some machines or dumbbells, which is gonna get a better chest contraction, which a bench press isn't gonna let you do. So if you shouldn't be doing bench press to grow your chest, what should you be doing instead? All right, before I get into what the exercise is that's gonna build the most amount of chest muscle, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I put videos out weekly on bodybuilding, fitness, nutrition tips, everything you need to build muscle. So now let's look at what I consider the king of building your chest, which is the incline dumbbell bench press. So I'm gonna start with reason number 1 why it's got the advantage over just flat barbell bench press, being you get an entire range of motion. So I'm gonna go grab some weights in a minute, but I'm gonna show you, instead of just that bar here, hitting your chest and pushing here, this dumbbell is not gonna let you, allow you to come into a big, deep stretch at the bottom, farther than that bar that you come, and it's also gonna let you come into a big, full contraction. So you're hitting those fibers all the way from here to your inner chest. Reason number 2 why it's got the advantage is you can adjust your elbow path on this, meaning instead of on that bar bench press where my elbows are locked into this range of motion here, which I can already feel is just pulling on my shoulder joint, I can take my elbows, turn them at almost 45 degrees, and my wrist. I can come here, get a deep stretch, and all I feel that on is my chest. So it's just a much more joint-friendly range of motion, or a path of motion where those dumbbells are traveling. So it's much more friendly on your elbows, wrists, and shoulder joint. And lastly, reason number 3 is the mind-muscle connection and the contraction you get on a dumbbell bench press. If you do it right, is a 10 out of 10, meaning I can really come up and squeeze for a half second and squeeze my pec to the top, feel that chest working, lower it back down slow, put that pec in some time under tension, come up and squeeze again. So again, the contraction is just a 10 out of 10, which is another key point to growing muscle tissue, is feeling that muscle working. So if your goal is a bigger chest and not just a bigger bench, this is a switch you need to make. If you like the video, guys, subscribe to the channel. As always, stay swole.